Hi, everyone. This is Deepa from the Living Proof Institute. And today I wanted to talk to you about three of the most harmful effects of excess body fat. So let's dive right in. Number one is insulin resistance. So, what is insulin resistance? So, insulin is a hormone that has to be secreted when we eat carbohydrate rich foods or sugary foods because insulin helps to sequester blood sugar or sugars in our blood out of the blood and into the muscle and cells to be used as a source of energy. And over time, as we eat more of these sugary foods, more and more insulin has to be produced by our liver to sequester these sugars out of the blood. And over time, that increased insulin leads to something called insulin resistance. And when we have excess insulin in the blood circulating around trying to sequester these blood sugars, that leads to accelerated aging. It leads to more body fat storage. It leads to increased appetite, and it leads to abnormal cell replication. So, insulin resistance is something that we don't want to see. Okay. It's something that we want to avoid at all costs. Okay. So, the second harmful effect of excess body fat is that it activates aromatase enzymes. So, what are aromatase enzymes? Aromatase enzymes increase estrogen production. And why is that harmful? Because increased estrogen production is going to lead to increased risk of breast or prostate cancer. Okay. And then the third harmful effect of excess body fat is that body fat is very poorly oxygenated. Okay. It doesn't really get much oxygen to those fatty tissues. And so that leads to an increase in free radicals. Now, what are free radicals? Free radicals are species that are very inflammatory in nature. So they increase inflammation in the body. And why is that a problem? Well, increased inflammation in the body is going to lead to things like increased risk of heart disease. It's going to lead to increased susceptibility for infectious diseases as well. And inflammation is something that we really don't want in the body. Okay. So to summarize, the three harmful effects of excess body fat is number one, increased insulin resistance. Number two is increased activity of aromatase enzymes, which leads to increase in estrogen production. And number three is increase in inflammation in the body. What are some ways to remedy these things? Well, of course, we want to get rid of that excess body fat, right? So, a few simple tips is really sticking to a whole food anti-inflammatory type diet, right? Trying to avoid excess carbohydrates and refined sugars and carbohydrates in the diet, really prioritizing sleep, and really trying to mitigate stress or avoiding stress if we can. Okay. So, those are three harmful effects of excess body fat and some tips that you can implement to mitigate the three harmful effects. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. Bye for now.